How long do you want to go for, Carl, by the way?
Let's just see how long it takes, man.
3 hours,
We'll
okay.
we'll we'll, we'll see. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Are we live? Oh, hello.
Yo, boys.
Professional.
Hello with your apple juice, man.
Okay, I need to. You go here. Okay, so let's go live then. Before I start to drink apple juice. First of all, I guess I have to say sorry for being late. I scheduled this to be 20:30, and now it's 21:15. I had to sign a contract for a new apartment, so that's why it took so long. But nonetheless, I'm joined by the greatest of all time in Trackmania. It's the third time he joined this Trackmania podcast. And not only is he the greatest of all time, he was the greatest player last year, voted by you guys, and looking like he's going to be the best player of 2020 so far as well. Once again, it's a pleasure, Carl. Welcome to the podcast.
Yo, thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's like 30 degrees here. I've been in the pool today, so now
Oh,
I'm fresh for this interview.
oh, damn. What kind of pool do you have?
Give me choices. I don't
I
know
don't
how
know,
to answer that.
whirlpool. I don't know, like a kids pool, swimming pool. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
I'll choose swimming pool.
Okay, Olympic swimming pool or what?
Yeah, Olympics. I'm
Yeah,
Michael
of course.
Phelps.
Yeah, of course. But just like I said when I did with Bergie, this is the third time you are on the podcast. So I feel like I basically asked you what I need to know about your past. But if the chat is here, if you have any questions about CarlJr's past or any questions you want to ask him, this is a chance you have to do it. But Carl, let's start with last time I spoke with you was in Lyon. It was after you won this Trackmania Grand League event. We did an interview, I believe, at 4 a.m. there. So tell us, how is life? How is everything going? And yeah, what is up in
It,
Trackmania these days?
it's been going good. Well, what is up in Trackmania these days? You know it. I don't. And and yeah, I've been playing tech tourneys mostly. Like I did two of them while we were in Lyon, and
Mm,
yeah, it's been good. I did some nice results, and I'm looking super forward to the new game in 2 weeks.
mm. Yeah, if we start with maybe the Lyon event, if you remember that, how did it feel to be beaten by your teammate Brender in the final? You placed second. Was it somewhat surprising or?
No, not surprising at all. He was better. And yeah, I mean, I focused on the TMGL, and Lyon was like a bonus if I did good, and it was a bonus that I reached the podium.
Hmm.
So I was happy, of course.
And you kept your streak alive of going to LAN events and still placing on the podium.
I had to, man. I had to. It's my only objective now. No.
Yeah. But are you, if you just talk about it, are you a little bit surprised that you actually beat some of the people that just specified to train for this event? I mean, you trained for Trackmania Grand League, like the main event, and then Lyon was like a fun event, but you still almost ended up winning it.
Yeah, well, I knew I was not the favorite on paper, but I still had like decent PBs. Not insane. I was not that prepared, but I was still fine, you know? I knew the maps well. And on paper, I was like top 5, top 10, maybe. And on a LAN event, it's always different, and I try to put that at my advantage. So I did way more than I expected there.
Hmm. And then just quickly remove to like from zero to hero. It was announced to be like the last tech event, but then we know that Checkmania was delayed. But going into that event, how did you feel going into that event? Did you feel somewhat hyped that it was going to be the last event, or?
I felt good. I actually trained a lot I think I trained as much as I did for the World Cup back in 2018, where Kappa wrecked us all, and so I felt good. Uh, During the cup, I played Pac twice. I think he beat me in the grand final. I beat him in the semifinal, and it was deserved, man. He played way better in the final. So
But I mean,
I was happy, obviously, with my second place there.
yeah, are you actually happy about placing second? Because I mean, you are the best of all time. You are a winning personality, and you still like play second at Lyon. You play second at From Zero to Hero. Are you pleased, or are you still like feeling that? Oh. damn, I didn't win
Yeah,
it.
well, I'm pleased if I play good and I get beaten. It's like it's always fun because I know I couldn't do really, really better. But when I play like shit and I lose, then I'm pissed, man. So that's the difference. And I think I played good considering my consistency the whole tournament, the grand finals. So yeah, I was happy with that second place.
Hmm. And how was it to play tech again? You are every time there is some people that say that the best players are saying tech is boring. You have CarlJr saying tech is boring, but you still ended up playing this tech event. You still ended up almost winning it. How was it to play a tech event again? And are you still believing that maybe tech is more boring than let's say Trackmania Grand League or from Zero to Hero
Yeah,
or
it's way
ZrT,
for
yeah.
for me at least, so people don't whine. It's really boring. Like I don't have motivation to train alone in my room in the night, like TMGL or something like that. Like yeah, I can't. I just can't. You improve your PBs by O2, and it's like something impressive, and I just think it's way too boring for what brings you. And yeah, well, I play the tech tourneys mostly because there's nothing to do in the game, and let's not lie, you have a lot of money involved, and it's cool to play competitive. Well, it's always cool. And yeah, I play because there's money and there's no other other tournament basically right now. At least right now, the passion of the game is a bit behind me.
Yeah. After you left Lyon, I was speaking to many people, and they were like, "Hey, I'll call Junior. He says he's never gonna touch Trackmania 2 again. He's just gonna wait until the new game. Obviously, then there come some new events. But are you feeling that now you are officially done with Trackmania 2 Stadium? Are you feeling that maybe you wanted to be done after Lyon, or how are you feeling with Trackmania 2 Stadium at the moment?"
No, it's far from over because you have the Solary Cup this
Yeah,
weekend,
yeah.
and now it will be over after. Tell me that question in like what day are we in like 5 days? I'll tell you I'm over with the game.
Okay, so you're coming back
It
on the podcast in 5 days.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's then talk about maybe the upcoming Solary event. What do we need to know about it? What is you as a captain going to do? I mean, Chap tried to explain to me how this pick and ban or picking the draft is going to work. But can you tell us how is the draft going to work? Do you know it even?
Yeah, I know. So basically we'll have a time attack with the 16 players and like well with the 12 players if you remove the captains. And like the first guy who won the time attack will be the first guy to put our money on. Basically all the four captains will have 10k. And how it will work is that Shap will announce the first guy who won the time attack, and at the same time, we'll all put a money, we as the captains. So the guy who put like more money than the others get the player. So for example, when Kappa will win the time attack, I'll put like 9,999 on him, 98 on him, and then I'll get him. Then after the second guy who win the time attack, Gwen, then Bren will put 9,999 on him, basically.
Okay, okay.
And it will go like that till the last guy, the
So,
last TA player.
okay, so you actually know who you can sort of bid for, who you can put your money on.
Well, we'll have a good idea after the time attack is done. For
Okay.
example, like I have no idea if Kappa is insane. I have no idea if Twin is insane. I have no idea if Pack is insane. So we'll have like a general view after the time attack, and I'll put my money depending on their performance.
Hmm.
For
But
example, I'll put $1 on Bergie.
oh, one. He said zero in the chat, so I guess one is
Oops,
a
yeah.
bonus for him there. Yeah, he was talking about it once I visited him in Trondheim. It's gonna be like once you're in sports in gym, like who is gonna be the last guy to be picked? Do you think Berg is gonna be the last guy,
No, I don't think Bergie will be the last guy.
or who is gonna be last then?
I won't say.
Okay. Try to get
I
some
don't
quick.
answer this question, man.
Okay, okay. But looking at the players, then you have now 12 players. Is it Kappa that you are? I mean, we don't know how they will perform on the maps besides the open qualifiers, but is Kappa the guy you think is the strongest out of them? Is it
It
Pack because of his recent success at events, or
Well, they are all good basically, and there will be mind games, but I have like I think I know where I'll go. I won't say because it's like super
Well,
super
tactic.
secret. I know Papu is watching right now, so and then so I know where I'll put my money on, or I'll try, and we'll see about that. But
Hmm,
I have a strategy in mind.
okay. So you're not gonna say who do you think is gonna be the, let's say, the guy who's the cheapest, but is gonna bring the most points to the table.
Yeah, it could be actually.
Yeah,
Like if you put way too much money at the start, then a captain can pick like 3 players in a row after, and he doesn't have weak players, if we can say it like that.
yeah. I mean, it's still the world class players here, but besides maybe Bergie,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, well, Bergie's a legend, man.
yeah,
He'll
he's a
he'll
legend. But
carry his team.
currently, I mean, uh, there's some BM there, but yeah. Tell us what do we need? I spoke to a chap about it, and he said that obviously he talked with you and Bren about this to bring out the format to hear what you guys think about what is going to be fun. Tell us, why did we end up with a team tournament? Why did we end up with 4 captains, 16 players? The format we ended up with. What is the reason behind it?
Because at the start, Solary are organizing some tourneys like in League of Legends, and it's called Solary Party. And we wanted to basically do the same thing in Trackmania. That was the goal. And your your laugh makes me laugh, bro. You're too cute. And yeah, so it was a team tourney for sure. It was either 5v5 or 4v4, but we wanted like a 4v4 because it was like more intimate, and it's more like a fun tourney, where we'll all be in on Discord and we'll have fun and we'll trash talk. Like that kind of tournament.
Hmm,
Basically, it's way more fun than fucking professional. But it
yeah,
has to be both.
yeah. And we spoke a little bit about it that before it was officially announced that you will have some open slots. So it's not going to be like this shitstorm about they only invited players, but still we ended up somewhat with why are 12 slots
Yeah,
already like
exactly.
filled up?
So at the start, it was supposed to be invite only.
Yeah.
And if we do that tournament again, it will be invite only for sure. Now I know. Like we wanted to open qualifications just for the community that don't whine, basically.
Mm,
But we still had some cries, so we'll do that again for sure. Well, depending on stable is the new Trackmania, but it will be invites only,
mm.
and we'll try to do it in a LAN as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Montreal or
Yeah,
Paris or
in Montreal, but
Norway?
I won't pay for the players.
Oh,
It
okay.
will be in Montreal in my garage.
Okay, they have to win the Air France Trackmania tournament, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
But can you? I mean, I still think people are somewhat confused about why are people invited. But it's really about having fun with players, along with being somewhat competitive, right?
Yeah, it's way like the big problem. It's like the 5K.
Yeah.
Since there are not a lot of tournaments with good cash prize, then it becomes a problem because all the players want to participate. But it doesn't have to be like that. Like it's just a fun tournament between friends, and it's just a fun moment. Like it's you could compare that to the nest, man.
Yeah.
Like put 5K on the nest and it's basically the same thing. And it was, I think, please tell me that it was invites the
Yeah,
nest.
well, I think it was also somewhat of a qualifiers there, if I remember
Oh,
correctly. It's 4 years, 5 years ago. I
then
mean,
my
someone
point
in chat
makes
probably
no
knows who
sense.
actually was there. I don't know.
But yeah. But yeah, it's just like a fun tournament between friends, and yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I think they had to have somewhat of open qualifiers because there was the in 2016 the whole Dignitas roster planned to go there, but I think in the
Yeah.
end it was just spam because you left Dignitas, right? Or for the net?
And well, I didn't go because it was way too expensive and the date wasn't good for me
Okay, okay,
because of exams, but I don't really remember. No
okay.
qualifiers. There you go, man. That's
There
my
we go.
point. Now it works.
Now we go back to let's say it
So
again.
yeah, it's like it's supposed to be a tournament between friends, and it's supposed to be in the LAN events and like the Solary locals.
Hmm.
And yeah, since we couldn't make it, then we put it online. But then if you put it online, then it becomes like open to everybody a bit. So we
Yeah.
had to do qualifications for the beautiful Trackmania community that I really really love. All right.
Yeah, but still, I mean, this is a super cool tournament. This is the biggest prize pool you've ever seen in team tournament in Trackmania. It's cool that Solary wants to hold something for the first time, actually showing interest, actually bringing visibility. But besides people saying, "Oh, this is really cool," the first thing they say is like, "Why this? Why that?" They just bring out this few maybe negative points that isn't in the big picture really negative. So I mean, if I was maybe Solary and see the small backlash, I was like, "Why even bother next time?"
Yeah, exactly. I mean that's my whole point. I think the
Yeah,
same. Yeah, I exactly think the same, and it pisses me off. But
yeah.
there are a lot of good people in there that were thinking it's a good thing and that it was good that Solary host the cup and nothing more.
Hmm.
So yeah, some people are all about the negative stuff, but it's not everyone.
Yeah. Let's not talk more about them, but let's talk about the team tournament itself. It's not often we see like 4v4s, like at least in a big scale. Do you think it's going to work out? Do you think it's going to be fun, or do you think in the end it's going to be maybe too many players on the same map for the viewer to actually keep track of?
The only thing that I fear is that the matches won't be close. I'm pretty sure the teams will be equal or in the same level, but I don't want to have like some stumps or that would be bad. But I think it will be fun, man, because 2v2s, 4v4s or have a lot of draws. I just hope matches won't take 3 hours. But then if it does, we'll just fix it for the Sunday. It's the first edition as well, so
Yeah.
a lot of things could change.
You ended up with the three maps there, two from Omnipulse and one from the Solary guys. What was the reason behind it? Why did you actually? I mean, we see ZrT hosting cups. He make all the maps. Was that some sort of suggestion maybe from Solary that they wanted to build all the maps? And if why did we end up with community maps as well here?
Solary wanted to map one thing, but they wanted to stay in like some professional gameplay. So they just did one map and they let the other one to Epic.
Hmm.
It's simple as that. It took like a 2 minute decision
Okay.
to decide on the map. So don't worry about that.
But do you think if this is somewhat of a success, do you think that maybe team tournaments can maybe get some life back in Trackmania? Because at the moment, I feel like even the major team events still have no hype behind it. We don't see any of the best players playing them. Do you think that maybe this can be somewhat of a inspiration for people to play team events again, like the Trackmania
So
Masters, Team Cup, and such?
I don't think it should. I
Mm.
think in Trackmania the competitive scene should always be 1v1. Like even 2v2 is I don't think we should aim for that. Like the professional scene should always be 1v1 or 1v1v1v1 or whatever
Yeah.
you want, but like individual. It's like I said, this tourney is just to have fun with friends and the winner gets some money,
Mm.
basically.
Yeah, I mean, you can be somewhat. Let's see of the esport earnings. I mean, if you win it, you will somewhat surpass frostBeule, or is it too early still? Let's see.
I don't know. You
Ah,
tell me.
it's too early. It's too early. I
It's
mean,
too early.
you have 4,999. frostBeule has 42,100. So you need like, I mean, what
No,
is that?
well, it's a
1,300.
wait. Let me check. I'm a visual guy.
You need
Um,
1,200 or 1,300.
1300 US.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's dead.
or maybe what is the current exchange rate? Let's say 1,000 euros.
It's bad. It's really good for Canadian money, but it's bad for US because US is expensive right now.
Ah, yeah, it's just 1,120.
Well, it's exactly what it takes.
Really?
Yeah,
Someone do the math for me. I see.
I'll have
Exactly.
$10 more.
You will?
Dude, you put pressure on myself.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not gonna call you the most earning players in Trackmania then, because you need to remember on that site is 300 euros from Global Offensive from what was it, Jönköping?
Yeah. I did a really nice performance at Jönköping. Got carried so hard, and I won money because of that.
Yeah,
Thanks to my teammates.
yeah. But will that actually feel something to you? I mean, feel like maybe I'm the one who care the most about this list, but do you care about it at all, or?
Do I care? It's like it's like an ego list. But what
Mm.
like I just click on Fortnite and forget it, man.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
my ego is going down, so I don't really care, man. Like,
Yeah.
and Frost is my own legend for me. So
Okay.
he's my idol. Bergie, listen, Frost is my idol. I'm sorry, dude, but he is. So I don't care, man. He's a legend to my eyes.
Yeah. I asked Berge about this. What do you think frostBeule is doing? Do you think it's going to come back to Trackmania? I feel like even though the years pass, people still bring up that.
I have no idea, man. I hope he will, because he's a great player, and I think he will always be,
Yeah.
even if he'll be behind a bit. But yeah, he's a good personality in the game. Why
Mm.
not? It would be cool. I hope he's better with his life.
Mm. Let's go back to maybe talking a little bit about the team captains. Who of the captains do you fear the most? Is it Bren? Is it Papu that is in chat, like you said? Is it the Coco?
I actually think it's Papu. He has really good times on the server, and you know him. He's always training a lot, and he's determined. Déterminé. I don't know how to say that in English, but you got it. No, did you get it?
Yeah, sure.
I-
No, I have no clue.
All right, and yeah, that word, and I gotta respect that. So he'll be good. He'll be consistent. He'll be fast. So I think he's the guy to watch out here.
Mm. Is it determination or
Yeah, that
okay?
word.
It was
Very
close.
well. But I
Just
didn't I didn't like know how
yeah,
to say
see,
it in a
Berge, yeah,
sentence.
Berge. I got it. I got it. I got my French. But we talked a little bit about old people. I think from zero to
Old
hero,
people.
yeah, old players like that was not a BM to Berge. That was about frostBeule being an old player. But you played against the OG Carl at the from zero to hero event. Was that the first time you played with him, or had you played with him before?
No, I played him. I don't remember when. I actually don't. But I remember Frost did a video about it when we played for the first. It might be an Alienware Cup. I don't really remember. But he impressed me a lot, Carl. He's like, I don't know, he became fast. He was really good. I think he was top 8 on both turnings. Oh, I don't know.
Top 12 on from zero to hero, I think.
Okay, but he almost beat me on the first round of the Centaury, and because he was really really good. So that's cool to see, man.
Hmm. Yeah, how did the Centaury Cup actually go? I didn't watch it. I just watched it from my Discord chat because I was out. But how did that tournament go for you?
It went way better than I expected. Like way 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 better. It's like it wasn't like Zero of Hero where I played a lot. I actually had, I don't know, not much hours. I played 1 hour per map or something before the tournament. So I knew, but my PVs were not that bad. So I had some chance, but my consistency was not fast at all. I didn't know where to risk or to do stuff like that. So like being third there is, I don't understand. I
You
got I
don't
got
understand.
lucky. I got lucky, man.
Yeah, okay. But who was the best player then? Was it Pac winning it? I saw people saying Tween looked like the best before the final. Who would you say was the best player at the tournament?
Well, I think Tween looked the best in both tech tourneys. Basically, I think Tween deserved both wins. Well, deserved is a big win because
Yeah.
Tom was good as well. But yeah, I expected Twin to be way better in the final. That's for sure. And
Hmm.
Massa as well was looking really good. But yeah, it happened. It was like a big day, and yeah, Tom won, Neves got second, and they both deserved because they dominated the final. And it was weird because 8 players is way too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, it's way, way, way too much. Basically, like you can't save. You just have to risk. You get like the 10 or 8, or you get the 3 or 2. That's how
Hmm.
it works. Like consistent players will be a bit fucked in that system. So
Something that
yeah.
come to my attention from just watching the Discord and following on Twitter was that at some point there was a moving time in the schedule, so I believe it was narrow or didn't have come to play. Can you tell us what was going on there? I wasn't there Did the
Okay,
time got moved? Was he late?
so
What was up?
I don't know. I don't know why it got moved earlier. That was bad. But the way Neuro handled that situation was even worse.
How come?
So that's from my opinion, obviously. So basically, the organization said it's 15 minutes before. It doesn't make really sense, and it's a bit unfair. But we were 64 players back then, and we were all there except Neuro that joined 2 rounds late. That he joined the ring the third round, but he kept on riding, so I don't think he could have finished that map. So he joined late, but Neuro is a really good player, and you had to do top 32. So he joined late. He then started to write, can we restart or whatever? But it's like already 2 or 3 rounds in. He's 800 points before. Like, no, he's 800 points behind. Sorry. And yeah, he just kept writing between all the rounds, always whining. And then he just could have driven and made it. I think in the top 10, we were 2.5k points in front of the top 32 in the end. So he was 800 points behind in the start. So if he had this just the normal mental, he would have made it. But he kept on riding. Then he was out. Then he wanted to have the top 32 slot. Then it made no sense. Then everybody was against him basically. So yeah, then I just laughed at the situation, man. It made no sense to me. Yeah,
But
basically that's
you
the whole
also
thing.
maybe agree that it was somewhat of bad organizing to move it, but the
Yeah.
guy who made it worse was actually him by reacting the way he did.
Yeah, exactly. I agree that it was unfair to him, but then how he handled it, like I lost all my respect.
Mm,
At least for this. Yeah.
yeah. But then looking, let's just look at Trackmania 2 as overall because now it's a new game. You started
The
Trackmania 2 Stadium with
TM2?
what?
What did you say? Starting at you're saying the new game like at TM2 or the new
No,
game
no,
that
no.
comes in 2 weeks?
Yeah, okay, so let's recap Trackmania 2 Stadium because your
Uh,
first big win, if I'm correct, was the ESWC 2013. It was the first major event in Trackmania 2 Stadium. Can you tell us what is the major things you're gonna remember from Trackmania 2 Stadium? Is there any events that sticks out? Is it an overall view as
uh,
being the best?
well, the first World Cup is always something to remember, because I got really I don't even know if there's a word for that, but like I got wrecked so hard by Twin the last year. We were both finalists. It was for
Yeah.
second position, but then again, I was finalist first. Then he beat me my 0-1. Then we did the exact same time, and then he got it. So I'll always remember that. So I had to make a change, and I got my world champion title after. So that was a really cool moment, and that the the I don't know what else. Like, of course, all the SWCs and the ZrTs. It's obvious that it took a lot. I put a lot of time in training, and then I got the win. So it always makes me proud because you put so much time and energy in something. But actually, the TMGL that I won just now, like that was a big tournament because I didn't win a lot in the last years, excluding ZrT. I did like I got wrecked. I got beaten by Tom at the World Cup in 16. Then there was nothing in 17. Then Kappa came to life and he beat everybody. So it's been a long time since I won something, and I mean prestigious.
Yeah.
So yeah, winning the TMGL, I put so much effort in it, and I just wanted to show that I was still capable to do it, and
Mm.
I did. So I was super happy.
But would you say that Trackmania Grand League, that what you did in Lyon is maybe your most dominant performance in Trackmania 2 Stadium? I mean, that winner bracket final is the most like what I have seen is the most solid performance by a single person. But what do you say that actually performed at all these events? You was won all of this. Would you think that this is going to be the best event you had in Trackmania 2 Stadium?
I think I think it would. I think I performed really well. Like I was in the zone, and I did everything good. I fucked up like 2 rounds in the big final that I DNF 2 rounds in a row, but except of that, like everything worked out for me, so I'm happy. I think the winner bracket was one of my best match ever. Well, I no one of I think it was my best match ever.
Yeah,
I had one really similar in 2000. The year Tella was there in the grand final with Bergie. I don't
2013.
that was 13.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay, well maybe. Then that winner bracket final match with that year was the same. I think
Hmm.
even I might nah, it was the same, like 14 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
So those two makes me proud. Make me
And
proud.
yeah, it's crazy. It's 7 years between them. I mean, I saw virtual posting this meme on Twitter that it's funny how one character can ruin the game. And he posted a picture of you, and it went somewhat
Yeah.
viral. But I mean, it's crazy. 7 years. How are you staying so motivated? What is keep getting you motivated years after
Well,
years to be the
it's
best?
it's really hard to be motivated when you grow up. Like the when I was wedding 2013, 2014, 2015, I was like a little kid. I'm still a little kid, but like it was way easier because it was my only responsibility to show that I'm super good at the game. Then we grow old. Then it's starting to be a bit boring. Then I'm saying tech is boring. Then all the tech guys are whining. So priorities change. But
Yeah.
then again, I found my motivation back at TMGL because I was not on the top and I wanted to go back there.
Mm.
So yeah.
But do you think that that is gonna? Let's then move into the new Trackmania. Do you think you will keep the motivation in the new game because it's a new game? Do you think you're gonna keep the motivation because you still want to show people that you are the best? What is gonna keep you motivated in the future?
Well, there's that new cam, so I
Yeah,
don't expect much from me at the start, at least. Because I remember when TM2 was out, the cam changed, or cam 2 or the cam 1, I don't remember which, and it got fixed like pretty soon. So I'm pretty sure it will be fixed. It's depending how much. I really hope it will be fixed before the new TMGL, but I didn't play it yet. So we'll see if I can handle it. But just to see the car, I know I'm losing precision right away.
okay, so yeah, and that was the major point I brought up with Hill. It's about this new cam. What it's gonna do to you? Do you think it's gonna be a major difference for you? Do you think that maybe you have to switch to maybe another camera like Cam 2, Cam 1? How let's say how important is actually the camera in Trackmania for
It's
players?
it's really hard to say, but like it will be huge. I'll be worse for sure because I'll lose precision. That's 100% sure. Like you're way far behind, so you don't see the road as good as you were supposed to. Then I don't know if there is an option about getting your car invisible.
Yeah, transparent
Uh,
at least.
yeah, but we'll see about that. Well, I'll really have to try it before
Yeah.
saying. I don't want to say it's shit yet because I don't know. And but I believe in that. I like where the TMGL is going. I really like it. I believe in the project. So if it's really unplayable, the Cam 3, like I'm not the only Cam 3 player that will have issues. I know it will be fixed. It will just be a matter of time. And I
Mm,
hope it will be before TMGL if it's unplayable for sure.
yeah.
But let's try it first.
Yeah, let's try it. But let's talk about the overall, let's say, feedback that you have so far from just seeing it. Obviously, you have not tried it as at least as far as I know. But what can you say about your what are you feeling looking at it? The different clips, the different maybe interviews Phyllis is saying, the different forum posts. What is your feeling heading into a new Trackmania?
I really think we have something to to make Trackmania great. Not even great again, and to make Trackmania great, like a whole new level. And I really believe in the game. I think it looks insane. I haven't touched it at all because we can't, since the
Mm,
ZrT is coming pretty fast. And yeah, I think everything in the game except the new Cam 3 obvious because that's for a personal reason. But if I'm like an outsider, every aspect of the game I would be happy for. And
mm.
I think it's insane, and I really hope Trackmania will keep on putting effort on the game. And yeah, I really believe in it, and I hope we'll have an interview again in like 6 months, and we'll talk about how great it is.
Yeah, living a good life, both of us being successful in the new game, milking that
Yeah,
money.
with your new house in Oslo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we moved to Paris together, right?
Oh, that's true, man. That's
Yeah.
true.
But what do you Trackmania? Do you think it's enough that maybe the gameplay is good for the new Trackmania to be, like, say, popular, or what is missing from Trackmania to reach out to the major audiences there? So it's not just inside this French bubble because Rater has showed it to them, because Solary is
Well,
there, Sadors is there. What do we need to do to break outside the French borders?
I oh the French border. Well, I always believe that what is bad with Trackmania is that you download it, then you go on a server, then there are like super good players already, then you get your like +4 sec, and you're like, oh, okay, I have no chance. I'm disinstalling the game, and I'll install it next ZrT Cup. But if there is like kind of a matchmaking system or a system that you can play against some players of your own level or whatever it is, just a system that you can compare to players are that have the same level, where you can like get better and better with the ranking or whatever there is or there could be, just something that can keep the noob in the game by telling him that you're improving and you're not getting beaten by Brand by 5 sec on every ZRT map, you know? And 5 sec, I'm really gentle.
Yeah, exactly. But what kept you motivated as a, let's say, a noob? What did you do to progress from being like a beginner to then being the greatest of all time?
I was really young. Everybody was kind of bad back when I was starting, because I started at the end of ESWC. People like CarlJr started to be really precise, but still the level was pretty bad. So you just kept improving, 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 and you got there like kind of quickly, you know? Like today, to start the game and to be good is something else.
Hmm. You think the skill level nowadays is maybe too high for, let's say, you are a player that want to be good in esport, you try to join Trackmania, and then you see, oh, we have CarlJr who has been dominating for so long. I mean, it's gonna take a time to catch up that people won't even bother because it takes so long time. It's easier to join, let's say, Valorant where everything is new, or another game where all the mechanics are somewhat new.
Yeah, but back then you have to know there were bugs, and it was like way easier to reach the top in matches because it was
Mm.
a bit more random. Let's only say that. Today, no bugs at all. It's only consistency and fast times. So the level is way more stacked than it was before, or at least more, yeah, more stacked. So
Yeah.
it's way, way, way more difficult to buy Eirik. So hi guys, I'm in a monologue here. I'll talk to myself. Ok, on peut continuer l'interview en français si tu veux. Ah, je suis tout seul.
How get used to it, just get used to it. Go
Yeah,
support
so
patreon.com/Eirik for better internet. Hello.
yeah, well, with the new game, you'll have a 6 salary, Eirik,
Yeah,
for doing all those interviews. Then you'll
hopefully.
go in Oslo with a big tower house, and yeah, easy, easy life.
Why do you want me to move to Oslo?
I don't know. It's the only city I know, man. And
Okay.
no,
Just try to show some Norwegian, like,
yeah,
I know
I know the
Norway, I
word
know one city.
Sikkeus as well.
Okay.
Don't worry, man. I know, man. Oh, and the turtle,
What?
Schildpadde.
Yeah, yeah. What? It's so
Yeah, I
weird,
know that.
these Norwegian
Yeah,
words that you know. But what
yeah.
were you talking
Well,
about before?
I have no idea, man. I started to do monologue in French.
Okay, okay. I guess see the chat likes it somewhat, but this is a good point to bring up. There are a lot of people in chat, but still, you're not asking relevant questions. The only questions you're asking is what cup I is drinking, what bottle I have in my window. Let's ask CarlJr some questions. You have him here. This is the first time we do a live with him, so send some questions in. I'll bring them up. But for the meanwhile, let's talk about the announcement from the Curator. He showed the
Yeah,
game. He announced that it's gonna be a ZrT Trackmania Cup this year. It's not gonna be offline, but it's gonna be online. what do you think about this announcement? Do you think it's gonna be somewhat hype? Do you think people won't be hyped because it's not in Bercy? What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think it's really, really good that he still has that he still hosts the tournament. Uh, I think it will bring players to the game at the start of it as well. That's for sure. And well, Bercy will happen, man. It's a matter of time when he'll find a date or anything or some spare time in on the well in the state.
Mm.
But it will happen. It's a matter of time, and I'm happy that we have a cup. At least we can start on the new game, and it will just be a cup about who is the better, who adapts the fastest, who plays the most.
But do you aim to actually win it? Do you think that you will be hyped? I mean, you have won 5 out of 7 editions. Do you think you'll still win it? Do you think that this is the perfect chance for someone to actually beat you? What are you personally feeling about heading into the
Well,
ZrT Trackmania Cup?
I'll try for sure to give my best to put the hours in my training. That's for sure. I'll try. But then again, there's a new camera. It will take way more time to adapt, if even I can adapt to it. And you have Bren that he'll be insane at the start. You have all those ZRT players that will be insane instantly. I don't even know who if we have like a Cam 3 player in the top ZRT players.
Hmm.
So I have like a disadvantage there, but I'll try to give my best, but I really don't think I'll win this. I just want the cam fix before TMGL basically.
So
So
maybe,
that
yeah.
so my focus is in TMGL and not the ZrT Cup, at least
So
for now.
you will actually put the Trackmania Grand League's win there higher than a ZrT win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as a player, yeah.
yeah. Even if it's
Bec-
in Bercy next year.
well, now it's a tough question, but it's like it's completely different. As a player,
Yeah.
you wanna beat the best, you know, and where you beat the best is at TMGL.
Hmm.
Like that's how I feel at least.
Hmm. But can you? I made a little video trying to explain how, at least I personally feel that Zerator has changed the game. You have been there for longer than me. You have played ever since ZrT Trackmania Cup 1. Can you tell what is your looking into it? Do you think he has changed the game, and if so, in what way has he influenced and maybe helped Trackmania?
Yeah, for sure. He changed the whole game. I think he brought the game back to life. Like in 2000, as soon as we lost the SWC, so many players lost interest, and he just came with his cup. It was not insane at the start because like it was fun. There were like I don't even remember like 5K or 10K, but back then it was a lot. So it was fun, but nothing more. Then he started to do that like more frequently, like once a year. At the start, I think it was twice a year, even maybe.
In
I'm not sure.
2015, you used twice, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then like it became something, and fans started to know a bit more the game. Like it's not only a fun cup, there could be something else behind. And more it's like Nario got I think they worked more since Zerator came on the
Mm.
game, at least that's how I feel. And then after well as well you need to know that or for pro players it's way easier to get into big orgs when you have like a following at least, and Zerator gave us at least he gave me that at least.
Yeah.
So then you have way more power towards orgs, and it's like it just go up.
Mm. Do you think that
So
you would be somewhat of? I mean, looking at your numbers, even just on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, you have by far the biggest following in Trackmania because you are the best player, but also because you have so much success at this cup. Do you think that you would be so popular if there wasn't for the ZrT Trackmania Cup? If you just won the 3 World Championship titles, TMGL and such?
no, the titles behind the cup doesn't mean anything. I think you really need to perform at ZRT to be known by this community at least.
Mm.
Like even if you're the 12th world champion, you have 12th world champion title, and you do absolutely shit at ZRT, like nobody will know you, at least in this community.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But yeah, but I feel like at the moment, obviously, when you go back to ZrT Cup, let's say 3 or something, people are still complaining about, oh, his map is shit. Why do people play this cup? But now I actually feel like people within the community, even the hardcores that just want to play tech, they like ZrT because he does so much good for the game, and he has maybe convinced them that what I'm doing for the game is actually helping the game. I'm giving it visibility. I keep breaking limits. For I even booked per se a Coral Health Arena with 15,000 people just for Trackmania. That I mean, there's going to be more people in per se than it's going to be on Twitch for, let's say, a Trackmania Grand League or something else. It's insane. But do you agree with
Yeah.
it? Do you think that the overall view in the community now is that people actually support Serrator and what he's doing?
Well, maybe they don't support ZrT, but they cannot deny anymore that it's bad for the game. You know,
Hmm.
like I don't know. So many people thought it was bad because the competitive was moving a bit. We went like from tech to mix map,
Hmm.
and it's pretty funny because all the well the let's not all, but the best tech players were okay with that. So
Yeah.
I don't see like how bad it was, but that's my opinion, obviously. And they just cannot deny that. And Bergie did a tweet about that like this week, and I think it was like a good overview
Okay.
of the tech community as well. Because I know Bergie was against a lot, and he had his ideas, so that was fine. But they just cannot deny that it's wrong what he does for Trackmania.
And you think he's gonna keep uh, being in the game? The interview I did with him about the booking the Accor Hotel Serena, I said that maybe that is gonna be the last event because he cannot go further. Do
Yeah.
you think he will still? Let's say, do you think maybe it's going to be an annual that he will book Paris? Do you think it's going to host cups in other cities in France? What do you think is the future of the ZrT Trackmania Cup and Force
I
Racer being in Trackmania?
I have no idea about that, but no matter what, he did what he had
Yeah.
to do, and just because of that, we have to be grateful for. And yeah, well, Bercy will happen, then we'll have to see.
Mm.
Maybe there will be a break. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's also was somewhat of an impression I have that he just wanted to do something for fun and he's not going to plan 3 years in advance. He's going to,
Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know what will happen. But he did his job, and that's for sure.
that's for sure. And I think maybe some people forget that you actually played for Serrator's team for 1 year, right?
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
how
maybe
did that come?
less. I don't know.
What?
Maybe a bit
Yeah,
less
okay.
or a bit more, but yeah, 1 year, 1 year ish.
But how did you end up playing for him? Was it like you said,
So
I need a team? He said, hey, I want to help you out getting more visibility. Hey, I want to maybe start a esport team. How did it start?
he just he just uh he just sent me a message once, and he sent me, "How expensive are you?" And and he signed me in the day. He signed me the same day. So
You
yeah,
regretting that you're cheap? You should maybe push the limit if he signed you the same day. Some hard negotiations.
yeah. Well, we learned from that. No, but for real, it was like during that period where Trackmania was going really, really bad, and all the good players were in expert,
Mm.
and we were like, what, 10 players there? It doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I was thinking about changing, and then he sent me that, and I was like, all right, I know where I'm going.
But then talking about teams, I asked your, I don't know if he's your manager, but at least he's co-founder of Solary Cup about will they try to re-sign you? He said that the contract is soon going out, but they will try to sign you for 2 years. What is your plans? Is it to stay in Solary? Is it to look for other team? Is it to end Trackmania? What is your future plans for looking at teams and organizations?
I'm really, really well in salary. Like I love those guys, and it's like the first time I'm in an org that it's more like than professional. It's way friendlier, and that's what I'm looking for. If I need something, I want like an answer in 2 minutes, not by email 5 days after, you know.
Yeah.
So like I'm really well surrounded by surrender. Yeah, not the same word. Yeah, and yeah, it looks really cool, and I'm about to sign with them this week, and I'm happy to. Yeah.
Mm. But what do you think about this rule that Solary can only have one player in the Trackmania Grand League Season 2? Looking at you and Bren, you are, of course, number one in Trackmania, but he can be an argument for being like challenging for that second place, even for being the best player in Trackmania, looking at ZrT Cup, looking at Trackmania Grand League, and an overall Lyon esport. Do you think it's maybe a bad move from Trackmania Grand League to force basically Solary to let Brent go, because Solary, I mean, is supporting you both good. You're both getting visibility. You're both having good chances from it. So, what is your view on maybe if
From
Solary had to leave Brent?
Yeah, well, from where the league is going, I think it's a really good decision that only one org can have one player, and it was the main problem for all the years back then. I'm not sure if you were in the community, but you know with your research and stuff, when we were like 15 players in Dignitas or 15 players in Expert, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. So I think it's a really good thing that one player per org, and of course the org have to make move, well, not really, because I think it's only us and Geo back then that had to cut players,
Mm,
but I think it's really good. And Bren will get a way better offer with an org that represents Bren and not the Trackmare roster.
mm.
Like, every player, it will be
Yeah,
beneficial. Yeah, that
beneficial.
word. Yeah, that word for them. Like, being alone in an org is way better.
Mm. But
So
yeah, but looking at it from last season, you had, let's say, I think it was Revolution who had to leave M&M Gaming to play in Trackmania Grand League, but he played Trackmania Grand League for an orgless player. So, do you think that that can be the case for this season? Give us some insights if you have. Will there be some orgless players? Because no, I don't understand this.
it's hard to say because I haven't signed anything, so I could basically spoil everything and tells who's the last player in TMGL. But how much money do you need? No, no,
What
no.
what
But
number did you give Zerator? I'm gonna.
but it won't happen again, at least.
Mm,
So that orgless, it was a bit bad because you have to leave an org to be
yeah.
orgless, but it's not the goal here.
Mm,
Like, it's way more professional than that, and in the long term, you have to look in the long term. It will be good for everybody.
mm. Yeah, I think one of the weirdest move in Trackmania's history is once Team Expert had then Team Expert's orange, and then hey, let's say
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
give
yeah.
Team Expert black, and let's have
We
all
were
the best
so
players.
many players. It was so bad.
But yeah, I think we can maybe move to the chat to see a lot of questions there. Uh, do you have a goal for ZrT? You basically said that it's coming down to the Cam 3, but
Well, so my goal will be determined after the that I try to Cam 3. Like, if I cannot be as good, like, I really won't care about it. I'll just stream my qualifications and I'll just have fun. I'll try my best, and no matter what happens, it will be like that.
mm,
But if I can play with the Cam 3, I'm looking for let's say grand final. Grand final is always my objective in the
yeah.
game. So
James is asking, did you buy the 3 years model of the new Trackmania, or what are you gonna
yeah,
buy?
yeah, I'll buy the 60 euros for 3 years for sure. Like,
Mm,
I'm a player and I'll organize. Well, first I'm in the TMGL, so you have to pay, and I'm looking to organize my own events in the new game. So
oh,
I'll
really?
I'll have to. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
what kind of
So
is it? You gonna build some CarlJr mini series, or what kind of events are you looking to host?
So basically, I'll host it with Bren, and it will be a 2v2 tourneys. And every month, we'll try to do that at least. I'm not sure when we'll do our first edition, but the maps will change each month. The style will change. It will always be different. and basically like the winning team will get a cash prize. Then the winning team plays both me and Bren, and if they beat us, their cash prize doubles. But
Oh,
then if they don't beat us, the cash prize goes into the next month. So if we get like a unbeaten for 4 months and then we lose, then those two will have some fun, and like we'll try to do something clean with sponsors and stuff to just something really clean that it will be like once every month.
hmm.
And yeah, well, we'll try to make it happen.
It seems like CarlJr is slowly moving away from being a player to being an event organizer. Solary Cup, now CarlJr and Brand Cup, and then Solary Cup offline. I mean, is
Well,
this maybe something you're gonna do once you retire in Trackmania, or?
well, you never know. Like I get my degree of civil engineer this December, so I might go in that. I might not. I have actually no idea. It
Hmm.
depends how Gwen is good. You know,
Oh.
if he's insane, I'm out, bro. I'm going in engineer, and I'm leaving on a positive note. No,
Yeah, like I said, the most important thing to be remembered as a good player: leave on a high
yeah.
note. Don't let Gwen beat you before you leave. Then you have lost. Then you're out.
No, but we'll see. I think I still have like at least 2 or 3 years good in me,
Mm,
and I'll make sure I can still compete.
mm.
But yeah, well, we'll see about that. But I'm really looking forward to my competition, and if we can propose something good, and imagine just that, if you host a cup and the community is not whining, how well
Oof,
is your cup? Like,
oof.
oof.
I mean, they're gonna say why is Carl Jr. and Bren the final boss and not like Kappa and Carl Jr. or Kappa and Bren? It's always final point, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that, but that's my personal project with
Mm.
brands, and we're looking forward to that, and we'll try to make something really clean.
Yeah, that looks super interesting. Flink is asking somewhat of an outside question. You look like a balanced guy, Carl. What other hobbies do you have in life? Is it just Trackmania and then studies, or what are you doing besides this?
So I was like, I have basically how I learned Trackmania is that you need to perform in school, then you need to do physical activities, and you can play. That's how balanced I was, and that's still my mind thing. But nowadays, I'm not really moving much, so I need to change that back. But yeah, always football, school, and gaming. That was my life basically. The when I got good at the game at least.
Hmm. So you think it's
And
healthy to,
social is really important as well,
yeah,
to go out and just to meet people.
yeah. So you think it's healthy to not just sit inside and try to grind Trackmania
Yeah,
for as
yeah,
many hours
for
as you can?
sure. Right now I'm doing that, and it's really bad for I don't know, for your mental. So you
Yeah,
gotta change that.
yeah,
But in the COVID, there's nothing to do. So
yeah, yeah. How is the COVID-19 situation in Canada? Are you
it's
somewhat opening or?
it's starting to yeah, reopening. It's starting closely. I'm in the Montreal region, so it's like a lot of people. So it's not everything don't reopen right now, but
Hmm,
it will in the next couple of weeks. So it will go back to normal again.
hmm. Uh, yeah, Vince is asking, do you think that maybe the new game will bring some old players back to Trackmania? And if so, do you have any names on your list that maybe can
Well,
come back and be motivated again?
like if what do you mean by old players? Like, do you mean like
Let's say
Corian?
retired players then. Let's say players that don't play Trackmania at the moment.
Because like if you're talking about Corian, I think he plays way more than I in
Yeah,
TNNF.
we had this discussion. Who plays more than you and him? And I said him, and you said sure,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. Well, yeah. So I really hope Frost will come back, because I really respect that guy,
Mm,
and it would be cool to see him back. But yeah, the guy that still plays, I don't think they'll do the change. I think like they'll stay in TMNF because the car is lighter, whatever. And yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm
mm.
going where the competition is,
Yeah,
and we'll
I mean,
see about them.
I mean, people try to say that they want to be the best players in Trackmania, but to still stick where there's no competition is basically just hunting some maps. And
Yeah,
even
like
the best
hunting
example,
Octolicious.
yeah, yeah, I mean, nobody's hunting that at the moment besides Lundstrom, I guess, but nobody getting that 7x. But the best example of that is when the style switched from a tech to TMGL. The players who want to be the best and actually just want to beat and have this feeling of being the best, they moved. They want
Yeah.
to compete where the competitions are. Yourself, Kappa, Tween, Pack, no problems moving. And then other people are saying, "Nah, fuck these maps. I don't want to play these maps." So I think it's what is quote unquote wrong with their mindset? What do they need to change to?
It's not wrong. They can do whatever they want. It's just different from
Mm.
at least ours in TMGL. It's not wrong at all. Some players like to spend 200 hours in one map to have a time and to be remembered for. I actually had that conversation with Roland, and
Oh,
I asked him, how can you play that 9-second map 100 hours in a row, and at the end you have nothing? And
yeah.
he told me it's just like, I want to be remembered for my records, and it's like not the same philosophy as I have. I want to be remembered for my performances. I really don't care about my PBs, and it's just a different minding. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure CarlJr or the other like really good TA hunters have that minding that they want to be remembered for those sick replays or from those sick YouTube videos or whatever. But it's not how I think, and it's not wrong from them. It's just different.
Yeah. Mr. G is asking a question, not for you in particular, but do you know how many players are able now to at least somewhat live from Trackmania? Every time you bring up these questions, the first name on the list is like, yeah, CarlJr, and then people are like, yeah, who else? Do you think players are able to live out of it? And if so, are you even able? Let's say you left everything else behind. Are you able to live from Trackmania now?
Yeah, I could, but you have to remember that I have a stream on my side,
Mm,
and there's no. I think when the new game will be out, and when the players will have their second contract, every TMGL player will be able to live of the game, but it won't be like a good conditions. You won't do that 200 per years or something like that,
mm,
but you'll have enough to live for it. Like Papu is living from Trackmania right now with his Geo salary, and it's enough for him right now.
mm,
So you can live up if you're in the top TMGL in the new game.
mm. And you think the new game is going to help maybe people going somewhat full time in Trackmania because it can blow up and can be popular?
Yeah, for sure. It's like it just gives a new hype to Trackmania, and to the Trackmania players will all beneficiates from that.
Mm.
So of course it will help them, and the streamers, it will help them so much.
Solary Hero asks about what is your thoughts about the reactor boost slash flying mechanics? Did you see ZrT streaming it, and have you seen this reactor boost?
Yeah, so I watched like a clip, and I didn't understand it, and I don't want to look more at it. I'll just have to test it. So I don't have much opinion about it, but it's like those kind of blocks that will be used in ZrT Cup or whatever, and I don't think it will be in TMGL. I think TMGL will have like original blocks, but it will still remain really, really professional, and it won't be like on a, let's not say random, because nothing is random, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah. So it's not going to be in reactor booster identity.
I It might actually.
Yeah,
It might.
exactly.
But
That's
like,
it. And
but but but
ice and
but if there is one, I think it'll be really easy, and you won't like be able to gain much time on this thing or whatever. It will still remain like technical.
hmm. For the chat, I guess we go for about 5 to 10 more minutes. So if you have any questions, send them in now. And let me ask you a question then. Have you looking at the other blocks in Trackmania? Maybe this change that it's going to be ice. Now you're going to have, once you go from ice to dirt, it's going to be your tires are going to be affected for a while. What are you looking into? Let's say the blocks that weren't in Trackmania before. Have you looked at them, and what is your reaction at them?
Well, just the fact that there are 1600 new blocks is just really, really, really cool. You can make whatever you want with that.
Mm,
And if you want a map that is technical or tech only, you will be able to. And if you want a map that is, well, the only bad thing is I think the competition of dirt will die a bit. I'm not sure because it's most likely like downhills, uphills,
mm.
and with the new dirt, the dirt community might be a bit pissed, so they might stay on the TM2. But it's just opinions basically. But yeah, the new for me it's just positive things. Really positive. New blocks is a good thing. You can do whatever you want and it's perfect. And well, as a player, you have to adapt, and that's what we'll do. And
Mm.
if I lose, you can always become a caster or a streamer or cast Gwen, become Gwen's coach, like. But we'll see. But I'm really looking forward, and I only have positive things to say. Even if the Camp 3 is, yeah, I won't say any
Yeah,
worse
it's
on
a
that.
weird decision to. I mean, if they want to add a camera, sure, fine. But why remove something just because you added something? Is there a maximum amount of cameras they can have in a game? I mean, on my keyboard, I have 9 numbers, and so far only 3 of them are actually usable, and then you have seven for
Yeah,
the overview.
but we'll see. But I
Mm,
don't think there are pro players in the beta. I know I've seen Shirties in the beta, so we have more insight as a good player. But I'm not the only Camp 3 player, and if it's really really bad, it will change. I know it.
mm. And what do you actually think about this? That they are developing a new game. They're saying it's gonna be good for the esports side of it, but the best players are not allowed to play it because then you had the ZrT Trackmania Cup to promote it. You think that maybe overall for the game is bad because now you, as a best player, cannot give feedback. You have all the other best players. They cannot say what should be changed before it's released.
I think it's fair that we cannot touch the game since it was supposed to be Bursy. Then there's still that ZrT Cup online. People won't care as much, but it would be like super unfair if, for example, you give like access to the TMGL players, then we are all super no life, and then all the other players join the game and they're way behind.
Mm.
It's like super unfair, and I think it's fair that we cannot touch the game, and just because Nadeo will still work on the game. Like they'll put updates in it and they'll do stuff. Like it doesn't matter. We were at the start and bugs will happen. Like
Mm.
the game won't be perfect the first day, and I'm expecting bugs and some stuff. And I'll give feedback for them to correct just before the TMGL.
So you hope they are quick with a fix before TNGL then.
Yeah, yeah, just before the TMGL. That's my only thing.
Mm.
Before the TMGL, bring Cam 3 back.
Hashtag. I will support you on Twitter. I will retweet.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
But we talked about Bren here, and I feel like everybody view him as a good player, but some people maybe view him as a tool of a good player, and it's almost becoming a meme that he's better than CarlJr, and then other players are saying no, he's not that good, and then disvalues how good he actually is. I personally believe I said it with a bet with Scotty. I think he was going to be top 3 in the next Trackmania Grand League season. Do you see him as the next contender to come up with you, Kappa, Pack, Papu, and such?
I think as like if we all have the same hours of training in TMGL and everybody here can perform in a good setup, I think the top 5 on paper at least should be Kappa, Bren, not in order. Kappa, Gwen, Bren, Pack, and I think Tween should be there, man.
Mm,
But that's on paper. That's how I feel.
mm. So if everybody trained the same amount,
I think Bren and Gwen should be in top 3, yeah.
okay. But
And it should be close with Kappa. But then again, Scrappy did insanely well at the thingy, so
mm,
we'll just end up with 16 good players and the most difficult thing will be to qualify for playoffs. Getting top 8 in the new TMGL will be super super hard.
mm,
And like for example, Kappa did what first in the first league, and
Yeah.
then third this year. And I think he should have gotten second if he played good, or first even. And he almost didn't qualify for both, I think.
Yeah.
So that's how hard it is. And yeah, like major upsets could happen.
Yeah, Kappa is somewhat mad at me because I predicted him to actually not qualify for Lyon because I mean some part of the hardest thing is actually to qualify because it's
Yeah.
so different in a format. I think once you go to cup format, you're gonna have other players being suited for that, and then you
It's
have
it's not it's not only the cup. It's like the LAN event.
yeah.
Like it's way different to like play against Kappa online than to play him on the LAN event, and then he screams his words in his language. Like it's way different, and you have way more pressure, man. Just man, you see Pac with his like devil eyes, like at 1 centimeter from his monitor. It's way different than playing in your pajama.
I mean, the tension in that first match of that Czech in the
Yeah,
Grand
yeah.
League was intense, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, LAN events are way different. It's not just about cup mode.
Uh, But do you see any other names maybe coming up? I mean, Yannick's announced that he is going to be in. Alfie secured himself a slot in it. Do you think they will have a chance against essentially the best players in the world in Trackmania Grand League?
I think they have chances to qualify, but to win is a different story. At
Mm,
least for now. At least for
yeah.
now. But I think the skill gap is extremely high, and everybody's really similar. So anything could happen, basically.
Mm. Some final questions here from the chat before we close it out. We are soon live for over one. We are 1 hour and 10 minutes. So, do you have any prediction about how many players we can expect in the new Trackmania that at least will try the game once?
It's oh well, once so you have the free version. Well, it's so difficult to say, but
Yeah.
I don't even know what are good numbers for that. Like
Hill has predicted 10 millions is gonna play or download the new Trackmania, and his goals or dreams were 40 million. So for me,
in
it's
in
also
what?
just
In like
numbers.
1 year?
I don't know
In
that he didn't
well,
specify, and people are
I
mad
have
about
I
me.
have no idea. I mean, I thought 10,000 was a lot, so. So I have no idea, but like I don't know if dude 10 million. I don't know. I'll say, well, I think 10 million should be good, and 40 millions is my dream.
Okay, then you're gonna look good once it hits 10
Yeah,
million.
exactly.
Yeah. This hero guy once again asks, "Do you have any wishes or infos about this rank system or ranking systems in the new Trackmania?"
I have no idea. The only thing that I know is that your rank will mean something.
Mm.
That's the only thing I know.
Flink is asking, how do I convince my Steam Master Race friends to install Uplay? Yeah, this is a big topic that I think people are saying, I don't want to play the new Trackmania because of it just being Uplay and Epic Games and not being Steam. Do you have any info about why are people so on just,
No,
fuck
bro.
Uplay, fuck, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I hate Fortnite. No, no, I don't know, man. I don't know.
In my eyes, it's just
Like
people that want to look important and have a stance like, nope, I'm
maybe
not going there. Yeah.
maybe they think the current TMNF is lighter.
Okay.
So I don't know where it comes from, but like just play install the game if you think you'll have fun, or like the subscription model as well. A lot of people criticize it, but
Yeah.
then again they buy 10 euros for a Big Mac, and they paid $20 for a movie that
Yeah.
they will spend 2 hours on it, and they'll never find their money again.
Yeah.
Like ZrT was actually saying that in his
Oh,
live,
really?
that you play for the hours you put on. Like he was actually giving that example for a movie, and it made sense. You pay $10 a year. Like
Yeah.
you'll spend way more than, I don't know how much hours, but it will be more than 2 hours for a movie. Like you pay for the time you put in, and not the game. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it's good. First, you have a free version that you can play, and if you like the game for noobs, you can buy the online version, and then I think it's really good, and it's not free to create a game today, so
Mm.
you gotta pay the devs. and it's just totally normal, and their prices are really fun to me.
Hmm. They say that they do this subscription model to say keep updating it, and this will be the final Trackmania. I asked Berge about it. He said he doesn't believe this will be the last game. Do you think that this is going to be the last Trackmania game released?
Well, I don't think so. If they, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Probably not. Well, we just have a new game. Let's focus on that right now.
Simon is asking, do you have a favorite competition map pack ever? What had the best map pack that of the
Oh,
competitions you played, or just a single
well,
map? Or
that's a hard one. That's a really hard one. Well, I had that obstacle maps in ZrT,
oh
like
yeah,
that map where you had to go fast. That was a cool map to hunt.
yeah. It was
And
used 2 years as well, or was it a remake the next
yeah,
year?
so you had that first one, and then he did a remake on it,
Yeah,
and
okay.
both were really cool to
Yeah.
try. And as a in tech tourneys, I think I really loved epics and ROAS maps as well as Wallies. So any maps from there from them basically.
Mm.
Oh no, I would say rerun. Rerun would be the best map I played because I hunted it back in ESWBC, and it's not a competitive map, but it's a cool map to hunt. And I did the WR like 3 weeks ago. Karyan probably has it. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't. But uh, rerun. Oh, I still have it. All right, nice.
Damn,
That's good. Yep.
Karin is slacking.
Yeah, he is. And if he beats me, well, I've already put 4 hours on the map. It's beyond my limit. So I'll tell him congratulations.
Now the title on YouTube is gonna be CarlJr said he couldn't beat me, and
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
is
And I'll say it's correct.
yeah,
You're the
yeah.
you're the god. Congrats.
Okay. Final question from the chat: if you have any. By the way, you will actually plan to stream a lot in the new game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Starting on the first, I'll become a professional streamer, like every time during the summer. And yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I guess this is going to be the final question then. It hasn't been asked before, but will you hunt this campaign once it comes out? It's going to be seasonal campaign, so will you try to go for them or?
I'll definitely play the solo maps. Hunting WRs, I might not because there's the ZRT, and
Mm,
after, well, there will be a big break between the ZRT and the TMGL, so we'll see what there's well what we have to do in the game. But I
mm,
might give it a shot since it's only 3 months. I prefer that, and it changes, so it might be fun to hunt them. And if it impacts your ranking, I might definitely try to hunt them as well.
mm,
So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know yet in the game, and I want to discover for myself, and we'll see about that. But my main focus will always be competitive maps.
mm. My final question, and I guess we can end it on this. I saw Massa posting on Twitter that he is going to be number one in this new game. I guess that's going to be his number on his card, and or maybe say he's going to be number one player. But do you have a number, or are you going to
Yeah,
be number one, or
no, no, no. I have 17 just because
why?
it was always my number. Like I'm born on the 17th,
Okay.
and I just use this number in football or whatever I play. Or if I have to pick a number, it would always be that.
Mm.
So it's 17.
Okay.
Yes, Massa wanted 305, but
Yeah, yeah.
Softy declined it because it was 1 to 99, and nobody has 69. So we're
Really?
professional. We are professionals.
Not really in Riolo. I saw him as a memer. Where is his 69?
No, I don't know. Wait, I can check what his number is, but no
Oh,
69. No, I'm
that's
I'm
so
not
boring.
spoiling the numbers. That's so important. Like
Leaks.
I told mine already. Like come
Yeah,
on, man. Like that's a huge information.
yeah, that's a huge
Yeah, I know.
10K views.
Don't worry, man. It was an exclusive.
But do you think it's gonna be? Do you even feel a need for a number in the game, or what is your? Do you
It's
care?
just like I,
Yeah,
I'm Cam 3 player, dude. No, but
yeah.
yeah, He asked me for a number, I give a number, Eric. That's how it works.
Oh, damn, not asking any questions. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm a player, and yeah.
Mm. I mean, I think you have played 12 LAN events now, so maybe you can end on 17 LAN events as well then. Or 17 LAN wins, then you keep you longer in Trackmania.
Wait, what?
I think you have
What?
played 12 offline events, right?
You know more than I, but
Yeah, I
I
think you
think
have.
so. Yeah, that looks about right.
Yeah, so if your favorite number is 17, maybe you end it there and say, bye bye, I played 17. It's my
If
favorite
I
number.
win the 17th,
Oh, yeah,
if I
of
win the
course, of course, of
17th,
course.
then I retire. If I need to retire on a win, so I become a legend. That's how it works.
But yeah, I guess it's about to close it. I kept you long here. I kept G Geek long, who's actually recording all this, making it possible to go live. So it's not going to be me just recording it and releasing it. But any final words on the upcoming Solary Cup that is coming up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday?
Well, I hope we'll have a lot of fun, and G Geek is casting it in English.
Yep.
So if you guys are looking to have a professional cast, go there and don't whine because casters don't know the game. All right. Uh, and yeah, well, we'll look forward to that, and we'll have a lot of fun. At least I hope.
Mm.
So yeah.
And I guess I will try to see you in the new game. As I said on Saturday, once I was a little bit drunk, I'm gonna keep bothering you. I'm gonna keep interviewing you because now is the time. Now stuff is happening in Trackmania, so I'll try to put as many interviews as I can out there. And obviously, then the best player is who the people want to hear from. So sorry if I'm gonna spam you in the future, but I will.
I just have to be bad.
Yeah, just have to let the Gwen beat you.
Yeah, exactly. That's how all the people go.
Yeah, yep. People will forget about you. But all jokes aside, thanks a lot for stepping up and giving me over an hour to talk with you and
Yeah, for sure, man.
actually allow people to ask you some questions. And thanks for chat for sticking around. A lot of people being in chat, so that's fun. And hopefully see you soon in another interview. I have some scheduled, so stay tuned for them. And thanks a lot, Carl.
Yeah, thanks for the interview.
Yep. Bye, guys.